What's going on, y'all? It's J Smo Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. Bringing you guys today another predictions video. Finally, I've been saying I'm going to do this one, but it is my Queen of the Ring Prom Night 2 predictions. And Queen of the Ring with a pretty big card here. I know the first Prom Night was a one-rounder event. It's more like exhibitional. I feel like more about like going to the event. You know, people said that the energy was great there. I mean, it was literally marketed as a prom, but it's looking like Prom Night 2, although I'm assuming the theme will be there, everyone dressed up as well. But this is like a card, 3-round battles, a lot of battles here, top tier battles at that, the farther you get up the card, and a couple key matchups to talk about, a lot of intergender battle rap, which we'll also talk about here in a little bit, because obviously this weekend, we got Summer Madness, Kings versus Queens, and then 2 weeks later you got Prom Night 2, so this September seems to be all about the women versus the men for the most part here, but without further ado, let's get right into the card. So starting from the bottom of the card, they got a few battles here, so we'll go pretty quick until we get to some of those top matchups. They got First Lady Flames versus Mac Myron, cool matchup. I gotta say, big Flames fan. Always been an advocate for First Lady Flames multiple times over the time of this channel. Was very disappointed with her 40 bars battle. I was disappointed on where it was booked, the effort that she gave, the fact that I had her getting 30'd. So extremely disappointed, you know what I'm saying, and what she did with that. So I'm hoping this is her getting back on track. But versus Mac Myron, I do have her winning this battle going in 2-1. I mean, Mac hasn't been the same since the Fonz battle, going back 2 years now. And I thought he was kind of trending downwards before then, but then after that, you got the chess one-rounder, which many of you probably haven't even seen, but it was horrendous on both sides. Like, it was awful. And then from there, he's pretty much either battled, like, local level names, you know what I'm saying, on much like smaller league cards, or him and Clean Paper have been doing like a 2-on-2 tour. So that's where he's been at. I just haven't seen him back where I've seen him punching like how he was in like 2020 or something of that nature. So I got First Lady Flames 2-1 clear in that. Then you got Jerry West versus Chirac, two talents that I also enjoy. And Chirac, I was very disappointed in the way that she started the year. For a few battles, choking, kind of losing, following up a real strong year last year. But then she had the Yoshi battle on Mass. It was a home game, but like the material she wrapped in there would have been good anywhere in the country. She was fantastic in that battle, so I do think that is a step back in the right direction. But she is battling Jerry West, who I got a ton of respect for. And even though he hasn't popped out, his schedule is, he's not a volume guy. He's not frequent. When he does pop out, I'm impressed. Like, I did have him losing the Tay-Rock battle. I thought it was a good battle, though. He got the first round super clear in there. I even thought his third was good. He had some good moments in the second. And even from there, the DNA battle, like, we just know what his last few battles have been looking like. I'm sure he'll have some type of creative approach to this, some type of prop way of going about it, and I just kind of can count on him more to reach a higher level. So I got Jerry West winning this one pretty clear. Don Lady versus Capo, battle, truth be told. There is a bit of a grudge there. I know that they go back and forth with each other on Twitter and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie, I think Capo is kind of just objectively better at he's just kind of objectively better at some of like the elements of battle rap if I had to compare it to Don Lady. But I think it being on Queen of the Ring is like big for Don Lady. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know fully how to call this one. I think I'm gonna go Capo off of the ability, like I said. But if there's anywhere where Don Lady probably should win, it's Queen of the Ring. So if that happens and she makes a statement out of it, you know what I'm saying, I'm probably going to look back and say I should have given her more respect. But like I said, one of the okayer matchups of the card. And then you got Shuni versus Danny Myers, which I feel very strongly about. You know what I'm saying? I think punching-wise, they can both do something great here. I think the only thing you definitely got to worry about, respectfully in a Shuni battle is, of course, the cleanliness, the chokes. There's a chance that she has two really good rounds and a third good round with a choke in it. You know what I'm saying? She's just prone to messing up like that. And then you have Danny Myers, who's been I've been critical of his 2024. Hell, I don't even got him winning his last two battles personally, but I've been seeing him once again material-wise get there. Like his Elijah Straight performance, a lot of people rocking with it. His Klutz battle, obviously, super good battle on the Nexus card. And a lot of people, I called it clear for Klutz, but a lot of people called it 50-50. So I think Danny, in the consensus view even, is like trending kind of back upwards a little bit. I do have him winning this battle versus Shuni 2-1 because I can count on that kind of, even though Danny, he's prone to some slips himself. But if we're comparing, I'm saying the inconsistencies of Shuni and Danny, I think it'd be a little bit disrespectful. So that's my deciding factor, but I've watched Shuni pop out of nowhere like she did versus Suge and just make an example out of someone. So I think that there's a high potential for this battle if they're both absolutely clean, but we'll have to see what the chances of that are. That leaves you with the top three matchups of the card, which for me is like where you see the real level up to like how serious they're treating this prom night too. Because not only have these all been 3-rounders compared to the first card, which is 1-rounders, but you're going to see with these matchups is where it's like just higher level, top tiers on either side, more important. And the first matchup of these that I want to talk about is Coffee Brown versus Shotgun Suge, which, I actually really like a lot as a matchup. If they were both at 100, motivated, I kind of like the type of conversation they can have, so I'm not mad at the booking. It's just unfortunate the effort that Shotgun Suge has given recently in battle. Whether it's chokes, shorter rounds, sometimes he's like the top floor loot battle guy just rapped like 3 times longer than him. But it's just not, it just hasn't been all that. You can tell his mind is fully not focused on it right now. And I'm not, I'm not one to ever excuse like a losing streak or not doing good. But I also see like, Suge's giving to the culture in other ways. He's throwing the boxing card, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to, whether it's for good reasons or not. Let's be honest, it's going to be entertainment. He's got the one wing straight, the sauce business. I'm all like, that's fantastic. Entrepreneurship, fully supporting him and everything he's doing with that. I think he already recorded one movie, wants to do another one. So listen, I just got a lot of respect for the way he's chasing it, and it's been like smaller league stuff for the most part. But how's that going to pale in comparison to Coffee, who's been the best woman battle rapper alive in 2024? You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like a WOTY power ranking or projection, right now it's Coffee at 1. There's just at number 2, there's just some air. You know what I'm saying? Just whoosh. And then at number 3, you start the rest of the list again. That's what I think her body of work has looked like compared to the field right now. And I don't think that's going to stop here with this Shotgun Suge battle. Last time on Queen of the Ring was her versus 40. And even in a crowd that wanted nothing to do with her pretty much, I thought she won that battle. She performed through it, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of poise. It's not going to be like that this battle either. So I got Coffee Brown pretty clearly beating Shotgun Suge, unless randomly, you know what I'm saying, there's just this surge of effort that we haven't seen in the last like 7 or 8 battles. Then from there, you got Miss Hustle versus Chef Trez. This is battle of the night. This is the best battle on the card. They're doing something with this one. I think Miss Hustle versus Chef Trez is fantastic. They're both rapping really good right now. Granted, you heard what I said about the power rankings, kind of where things are matching up. Hustle's going to have Geechee and Trez, so one could argue she's about to close that gap, right? And it's not like her quality has dropped off or anything of that nature. I just think there's been a difference in actually just like now Coffee, not just by volume, but doing really good in those battles, debatable or straight up wins in those battles. But Hustle hasn't, I haven't really seen her material fall off, so I'm still expecting a strong performance from her here. And then Chef Trez has been rapping great. We just saw Chef Trez and Av, how good that battle's been. Chef Trez and Fawn, Chef Trez and Los Prime, Chef Trez, I could go on and on. Chef Trez has got a ton of volume, a ton of good work, no really slip-ups. The only dud you could say really is him and T-Top because of how dominantly he lost, but he's not even really bad in that battle either if we're keeping it a stack. So I have no reason to not think, once again, this won't be another high-quality battle with top-tier rappers. I will say I am going Miss Hustle 2-1 going in. It's on Queen of the Ring, and I also think those performative factors, I think Chef Trez bar for bar is a better battle rapper than Miss Hustle, so I could definitely see him winning the battle, no question. But I think you're facing a very one of the absolute most dangerous female battle rappers you can, and kind of fully in an element that might even slant towards her. She doesn't need any other, she doesn't need anything else that could possibly go her way or make it advantageous for her when she's that good. So for that, I'm going to go Miss Hustle 2-1 edge, but I think it's going to be a debatable battle, and like I said, I think clearly it's going to be the battle of the night. And then you got the main event, which is, hello again, we've seen you a lot recently, 40 Bars versus Av. We've seen both of them a lot, actually, recently. And listen, this one, it's tough because 40 just, as I've said with all these predictions, she's just got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? She's got before this, and what's going to be this weekend, 2 weeks before this battle, is her versus Twerk on the stage. I've already given my thoughts on that matchup, to be honest with you, in terms of I do think it is going to be dominant. I think that's a very rough situation for 40. I will say, you bring it back here to Queen of the Ring, obviously a much more favorable situation for 40. I mean, considering absolutely what she means to Queen of the Ring, performances she's given, we see how the crowd gives it up for her there. So I'm expecting a better performance here than the Sharon battle, and I'll say ahead of time, I think it'll be better than whatever we get in the Twerk battle here this weekend. But I do not have that beating Av. I have this one 2-1 clear, if not 3-0, and that really, people are going to go in on 40 a lot recently. I don't want to say really anything negative until there's something else, unless something else negative happens, right? We got to see these battles play out. Our worries are there, right? Our reservations. But I can just bet on Av. I mean, dog, look at Av this year. You know what I'm saying? He's unquestionably top 3 battle rapper of the year right now, and I don't have him at 3. You know what I'm saying? at every tier, every situation, on the road in some situations, big matches, you know what I'm saying, like a Hollow to Don battle where he just destroying Hollow. And then the Trez battle, some of his actual toughest comp of the year. You heard what I just talked about with Trez with this Hustle battle, and they just had a battle of the night, one of the better battles of the year on URL. Av's form is incredible. He's taking no one light, and just as a talent, I think he's more equipped than 40 bars. And then when you look at the form as of recently, there's absolutely no way I'm betting against that. You know, honestly, regardless if 40 had, you know what I'm saying, the mishap she had in her last battle or not, and have him with possibly performance of the night. But that is my thoughts here on Prom Night 2. Like I said, just want to get my quick predictions in on this one. Of course, we'll be covering it, you know what I'm saying, when it goes down too, because when you talk about people of this level, you know, we are also talking Cody and Wody cases, you know what I'm saying, how people's years are shaping out. Like, there's some stock shifting type of battles here, and I'm expecting, like I said, as you can hear my voice, big things from Miss Hustle versus Chef Trez. But now, want to say one more thing, as well as kind of mentioned in the beginning. I saw a tweet from John to Don. I don't always agree with John's points on like the general topics of battle rap, particularly when he talks about women's battle rap. I know that he can get some people upset, but he had a tweet about you know, kind of the why there's been less hype for Kings versus Queens. And with some of the convo, you could say that there's been maybe not as much hype for Prom Night 2 as you usually see for kind of like names of this level going at it. And talking about how now, since like women battle men kind of around the calendar, you know what I'm saying, it's just kind of a normal part of battle rap, it takes away from those types of just intergender events. And I gotta say, I don't disagree with him at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't, in terms of like the actual, you know, what a Kings versus Queens turns into, if you can get battles like that throughout the card, like when Kings versus Queens first happened, there was tons of like ladies versus men's matchups that we just rarely got those types of battles. And now we were getting it on one big card, and it's like, oh, it would all kind of lead up to if you like this type of matchup, you would get the highest version of it at this time of the year. Now you just see it throughout the year. And the thing is that while I don't think he's wrong whatsoever, I'm not 100% sure if that's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing for maybe the image of a particular series like Kings versus Queens that's based on it? A little bit. I mean, more than a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It takes away from the allure of it. But to the overall structure of battle rap, people have said forever the best way to integrate some of these ladies is just have them battle, not just battle ladies, because we know those opportunities could be scarce, but just kind of battle year round, men, ladies, like just get all the wrecking. And it's worked for those that have been good with it, to just keep it, to be honest with you. If you look at some of the better ladies this year, Miss Hustle has the ability and has done both, battling both ways. It's helped her career. Jazz the Rapper, obviously, her last few years for the most part are built off of battling male battle rappers. So I believe that's helped her, you know what I'm saying, with her run. Coffee Brown has been doing it a lot. You even seen Official to an extent this year. She's going to have, it's T-Top coming up, right? And that's after having Loso and Vixen. So for some of the better ladies, I definitely think it's helped. And I just think, you know, I got to agree. Has it hurt the actual branded series? Yes, but I don't know if that's overall like a negative thing for battle rap or a negative thing for the ladies in general. So just wanted to give my thoughts, because I thought it was like an interesting point where I thought it was extremely correct, but just depending on if you interpret it as negative or just an observation, you know, that can depict, you know what I'm saying, choose your reaction. But with that being said, that's my thoughts obviously here on Prom Night 2 from Queen of the Ring, and then my little thoughts on overall intergender battles for the year. And I want to hear what you guys have to say now. You know what I'm saying? Battle of the night on this one, performance of the night. How do you think this stacks up to Summer Madness Kings versus Queens? Which one would you say is the better card? And is there anyone that you're expecting straight performance of the night? You know the drill, man. But it's been J Smo Reviews again here, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.